Hi guys, welcome back to 10 Minute Reviews. I'm Jason, bringing you today's episode. My fuzzy co-star Freya is wandering around somewhere. She was downstairs, so she'll probably fur missile me shortly. We're bringing you today's video. As always, guys, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. We're just a small little family channel. I say this every time. We really appreciate any support you guys might want to give us. We're going to keep doing this anyway. We love to talk about books. Also, I'm going to be starting a Discord channel as soon as I can. And as soon as I figure it out, get it all set up and all that, I'll put some links down in the description of the videos, amongst all the other links I'm putting down there. Outside of that, oh, hi Fuzzy, hi Freya. Outside of that, let's talk about today's book. So I want to talk about Seth Ring and his book, Mage Farmer 4. Just came out yesterday. I finished 3 books yesterday, and this was one of them. As soon as it came out, I got the alert, immediately downloaded it, and immediately read it. It just fantastic. This series is awesome. Seth Ring is a great author. So, as always, I'm not going to talk about my 4 categories because we've talked about them in the past with this particular series. So I'm just going to talk about the book. And guys, I love this book. You have to read this book. Mage Farmer is part isekai, part fantasy, part litRPG, and all absolutely freaking awesome. This is an incredible series, and it's getting better every single time. Oh my god. So this was my favorite of the books so far. So once again, we are back with John Sutton and Sutton Farms. That has pretty much grown from just being a little, 3-person operation to being a major thing going on, 50, 100 employees already. It's just continuing to grow. I mean, you can already tell that this is going, that John is basically building up a, what'll be eventually a huge corporation in a way, feed the world kind of thing, because he continues to innovate and bring new things in. Because again, he's isekai, so he comes from our world, so he knows ways of doing things that nobody else would think of. Like they haven't discovered white flour yet. He, of course, introduces them to white flour. They haven't discovered noodles yet. He will, of course, introduce that and rations and mass production and things along those lines. But mostly he's continuing to figure out his magic, learn more about magic. And it's pretty interesting for someone that starts out overpowered, basically the most powerful creature on the planet, that had basically one spell, to be learning about magic, learning basic stuff that other mages learned as apprentices before they ever really started learning any spells. It's pretty cool because he's trying to learn these things, and his magical power has grown because of it, or at least not his power, but his repertoire has grown because of it. But there's all these questions. Now, he got rid of his doom points and all that, but now the apocalypse is coming. He failed the first time around, so now he's got the apocalypse points. And where am I getting that backwards? Anyway, now he's got his 10 points that he needs to reduce down to 0, or the world is going to end. But once again, it's like this game system is broken. It's giving him these heads up, these quests, like you have to do this. How? You have to do this. What does it mean? What are these points? What are doom points? What are apocalypse points? How do we reduce them? How do we pull all this back? What is going on? It gives him no information. He has to figure this stuff out. Well, he's also trying to figure out the gate that they discovered that is from the very first mage that basically came over from his world and created this entire system, created the classes, created the subclasses, created the magic and the pathways for the magic. And along with that, we've got this war brewing from the nearby kingdom that is attacking his kingdom. Now, at this point, while he's not overtly out there as the Eternal Flame quite yet, at least not at the beginning of the book, he has pretty much given up on trying to hide who he is, because enough people know now that it's becoming pointless. People know he's the Eternal Flame. They also know that he must be left the frick alone. So, for the most part, they're leaving him alone, although the war does interfere and cause him to have to enter the world stage again in a minor way for a brief period of time. But he's also got this doorway he's trying to explore. That leads to a couple of interesting messes that we're going to have to figure out further on in this series. Luckily, it looks like the next book comes out in a few months. Along with that, some more mages show up. So he has to go figure that out because they've been locked away, hidden away for centuries. So they actually predate the previous mage wars, the destruction of all the mages, and the fact that he thought he was one of only a couple of mages left on the planet. theoretically, they have a few that are his level of power, although even he knows that is a bunch of BS and he can pretty much wipe them off the map. But he doesn't want to, because the more he kills, the more he kills. There's a compulsion almost. And we start learning a little bit more about that. So we've got these mages, and there's some mysteries there. Plus, he's still trying to figure out how to feed the world. And then we've got these strange machines popping up, and then we've got this army showing up to invade, and we've got all these different things going on. And then don't forget Ferdy, the legendary beast bull that he basically created, and Sigvald, the rooster that he created as well. He kind of created as well. And then, of course, Ferdy starts making some, I won't call them friends, but let's just say general Ferdy is a thing that does happen at a certain point. It's just pretty freaking awesome. Again, guys, I could go on and on and on about this book, but I don't want to give away plot spoilers, but I will say we learn more about John. Not only do we start learning about these threats that he is going to have to figure out a way to stop somehow, but it also looks like these threats are all kind of converging, and they all might hit pretty much, it looks like they all might hit pretty close at the same time. I mean, all these threats are growing and building. They're all world-ending, and they're all growing, and they all seem to be accelerating their timelines to what they want. And we learn a little, and again, we learn more about John. What is the Eternal Flame? Why is he the Eternal Flame? Where did he get this power from? Why does he have this power? And we learn a little bit more about how he's maybe not a mage. Even though his class is a mage, he does things way differently than any other mage. In fact, he is much closer to being a beast than a human. Much, much closer. And in some cases, it's almost indistinguishable between him and beasts. So, again, guys, I don't want to keep just ranting and raving about this book. It is fantastic, fantastic. 10 of 10. You absolutely must read this book. So after you guys hit the like and subscribe buttons, go check out Battle Mage Farmer by Seth Ring. If you've read the rest of the series, read book 4. It just came out yesterday. Well, yesterday from when I filmed this. I don't know when this is going to post. Awesome, awesome, awesome book. You guys have to read it. Thanks for watching, everybody.